Listen to me carefully, because what I'm about to share with you today will completely transform how you understand love, how you recognize it, and how you experience it in your life. I want you to forget everything you think you know about men and love for the next few minutes. Forget the games, forget the confusion, forget all those mixed signals that have left you questioning your worth. Today, we're going deep into the psychology of genuine love, and I'm going to review to you the 7 specific things a man will start saying when he's not just attracted to you, not just infatuated with you, but when he's deeply, authentically, and completely in love with you. You see, most people spend their entire lives searching for love without truly understanding what it looks like when it shows up. They mistake passion for love, they confuse attachment for devotion, and they settle for words that sound sweet but carry no real weight. But I'm here to tell you that when a man truly loves you with every fiber of his being, his words change. His entire vocabulary shifts. The way he communicates with you becomes something entirely different, something that touches the very core of who you are. I've spent years studying human behavior, analyzing relationships and observing the patterns that separate superficial attraction from life-changing love. What I've discovered will astound you. When a man falls deeply in love, he doesn't just feel different. He speaks differently. His words become a window into his soul, and if you know what to listen for, you'll never have to wonder about his intentions again. The first thing you need to understand is that love rewires the masculine brain. When a man experiences true love, something profound happens in his neurochemistry. His priorities shift, his values rearrange themselves, and suddenly words that he never thought he'd say start flowing from his lips, like a river that's found its natural course. This isn't about manipulation or calculated romance. This is about authentic transformation that happens when a man's heart is completely captured by who you are. Think about the last time someone told you they loved you. Did their words feel hollow? Did you sense a gap between what they were saying and what they were feeling? That's because most people use the word love casually, carelessly, without understanding its true power. But when a man is deeply in love, his words carry weight. They carry conviction. They carry a truth that resonates in your bones and makes you feel seen in ways you never thought possible. I want you to imagine for a moment what it would feel like to be loved so completely that every word spoken to you affirms your worth, celebrates your existence, and makes you feel like the most treasured person on earth. This isn't fantasy. This is what happens when you encounter genuine love. And today, I'm going to give you the roadmap to recognize it when it appears in your life. The first thing a man will start saying when he deeply loves you is something that might surprise you. He'll start saying, "I see you." Now, you might think this sounds simple, almost insignificant, but let me explain why these 3 words are revolutionary. When a man says, "I see you" to a woman he loves, he's not talking about physical sight. He's talking about recognition of your essence, your spirit, your true self that exists beyond the surface. Most people go through life feeling invisible, feeling misunderstood, feeling like they're wearing masks that nobody bothers to look behind. But when a man truly loves you, he develops a kind of vision that penetrates through all the layers you've built up to protect yourself. He sees your fears and loves you anyway. He sees your insecurities and finds them endearing. He sees your dreams and becomes invested in helping you achieve them. When he says, "I see you," he's acknowledging that he recognized the woman you are when nobody else is watching. He sees the way you care for others, even when it costs you. He sees the strength you display when life gets difficult. He sees the kindness in your heart that you sometimes try to hide because the world has been cruel to you. This kind of seeing is rare, and when it happens, it changes everything about how you experience being alive. I remember working with a woman who had been in multiple relationships where men claimed to love her, but she always felt like they were in love with an idea of her, not the real her. She would change herself, suppress parts of her personality, and try to be what she thought they wanted. But then she met a man who would look at her and say, "I see you, in moments when she was being completely herself. He would say it when she was crying over a movie, when she was passionate about a cause she believed in, when she was silly and playful, when she was serious and contemplative. He was seeing all the facets of who she was and loving every single one. This seeing goes beyond the surface level attraction that dominates so many relationships. It's not about your appearance, though he finds you beautiful. It's not about what you do for him, though he appreciates your care. It's about him recognizing your soul and being captivated by what he finds there. When a man reaches this level of love, he becomes a witness to your life in the most profound way possible. The second thing a man will start saying when he's deeply in love is, I choose you. This might sound obvious, but the depth of this statement goes far beyond what most people understand. In our world of endless options, infinite possibilities, and constant distractions, the act of choosing becomes sacred. When a man says, I choose you, he's making a declaration that transcends temporary feelings or circumstances. Choice is the foundation of commitment, and commitment is the bedrock of lasting love. Anyone can feel attracted to someone in a moment, anyone can experience passion or infatuation, but choice is deliberate. Choice is intentional. Choice requires looking at all the possibilities available and deciding that this one person, you, is worth investing everything into. When he says, I choose you, he's saying that out of all the women in the world, out of all the potential futures he could have, he wants the one that includes you. He's not settling. He's not choosing you because you're convenient or because you're the best available option at the moment. He's choosing you because something in his core recognizes that you are the missing piece that makes his life complete. This choice isn't just about the present moment either. It's about choosing you when you're at your best and when you're struggling. It's about choosing you when life is smooth and when challenges arise. It's about choosing you when you're young and when you're old, when you're confident and when you're insecure, when you're healthy and when you need care. I've observed that men who are casually interested in women talk about attraction, chemistry, and feelings. But men who are deeply in love talk about choice and decision and commitment. They understand that love isn't just something that happens to them. It's something they participate in, creating every single day through the choices they make. The power of being chosen by someone who truly sees you cannot be overstated. It validates your worth in a way that nothing else can. It tells you that you are valuable enough to be selected, precious enough to be pursued, and wonderful enough to be prioritized above all other options. This kind of choosing transforms not just a relationship, but it transforms you as a person. The third thing you'll hear from a man who deeply loves you is, I'm proud of you. This statement reveals something beautiful about the nature of love. When a man is truly in love, your victories become his victories. Your growth becomes his joy. Your accomplishments fill him with a pride that comes from being connected to someone extraordinary. This isn't about possession or taking credit for who you are. It's about celebrating you as an individual while feeling honored to be part of your journey. When he says, I'm proud of you, he's acknowledging your efforts, recognizing your progress, and expressing joy about who you're becoming. Most people want to be with someone who makes them look good. But a man who deeply loves you wants to be with someone who is good, regardless of how it reflects on him. He takes pride in your character, in your kindness, in your strength, in your intelligence, in your compassion. He brags about you not because it elevates his status, but because he genuinely believes the world should know how amazing you are. This pride shows up in both big moments and small ones. He's proud when you get a promotion at work, but he's equally proud when you show patience with a difficult person. He's proud when you achieve a goal you've been working toward, but he's also proud when you demonstrate courage in a challenging situation. He's proud of your public successes and your private growth. When a man loves you deeply, he becomes your biggest fan. He sees potential in you that you might not even see in yourself. He encourages you to pursue dreams that might seem impossible to others. He believes in your capabilities even when you're doubting them. This kind of support and pride creates an environment where you can flourish and become the best version of yourself. I want you to think about how different this is from relationships where someone tolerates who you are or tries to change you. In those relationships, you constantly feel like you're not quite enough, like you need to improve or modify yourself to earn approval. But when someone is truly proud of you, you feel empowered to grow, not because you're inadequate, but because you're already wonderful and capable of becoming even more wonderful. So the fourth thing a deeply loving man will say is, I trust you. Trust is the invisible foundation that makes love possible. Without trust, love becomes anxious, possessive, and controlling. But when a man deeply loves you, trust flows naturally from his heart to his lips and into his actions. When he says, I trust you, he's communicating something profound about how he sees your character. He's telling you that he believes in your integrity, your judgment, and your commitment to the relationship. He's not watching your every move or questioning your motives. He's not checking your phone or interrogating you about your friendships. He's resting in the confidence that you are trustworthy. This trust extends to multiple areas of your life. He trusts your decisions even when he might make different choices. He trusts your friendships and doesn't feel threatened by your connections with other people. He trusts your judgment about situations he's not involved in. He trusts your commitment to the relationship and doesn't constantly need reassurance about your feelings for him. But perhaps most importantly, he trusts you with his own vulnerability. He shares his fears, his dreams, his insecurities, and his hopes, because he knows that you will handle his heart with care. He opens up about his past, his struggles, and his weaknesses, because he trusts that you won't use that information against him or judge him harshly. Trust creates safety, and safety allows both people in the relationship to be authentic. When you know that someone trusts you completely, you feel free to be yourself without fear of rejection or criticism. You can make mistakes without worrying that love will be withdrawn. You can be imperfect without feeling like you need to hide your flaws. The beauty of being trusted by someone who loves you is that it makes you want to be worthy of that trust. It inspires you to be honest, reliable, and loyal, not out of obligation, but out of love. Trust begets trustworthiness, and trustworthiness deepens love, creating a positive cycle that strengthens the relationship over time. The fifth declaration of deep love is, I need you. Now, this might sound contradictory to everything we're told about independence and self-sufficiency, but let me explain why this statement is actually a sign of mature, healthy love. When a man says, I need you, he's not expressing weakness or dependency. He's acknowledging that you have become integral to his life, to his happiness, and to his sense of completeness. He's recognizing that while he could survive without you, he doesn't want to. He's admitting that you bring something to his life that no one else can bring. This need isn't about practical things, though those matter too. It's not primarily about needing you to cook for him or clean for him or manage his schedule. This is about emotional and spiritual need. He needs your perspective when he's making important decisions. He needs your comfort when he's going through difficult times. He needs your laughter when life gets too serious. He needs your wisdom when he's confused. He needs your love when he's feeling lost. The ability to express need is actually a sign of emotional maturity and security. Insecure men often try to appear completely self-sufficient because they're afraid that admitting need makes them vulnerable. But a man who deeply loves you has moved past those fears. He's secure enough in himself and in your love to acknowledge that you matter to him in ways that go beyond casual companionship. When he says, I need you, he's also making a statement about the future. He's saying that he can't imagine his life without you in it. He's expressing that you're not just someone he enjoys spending time with right now, but someone who has become essential to his vision of happiness and fulfillment. This need is reciprocal too. He recognizes that just as he needs you, you might need him as well. He wants to be needed by you, not in a codependent way, but in a way that acknowledges the beautiful interdependence that exists in healthy relationships. He wants to be the person you turn to when you need support, comfort, encouragement, or simply someone to share life with. The sixth thing you'll hear from a man who loves you deeply is, I want to grow with you. This statement reveals his understanding that love isn't static. It's not about finding someone perfect and freezing that moment in time. It's about finding someone wonderful and committing to the journey of becoming even better together. When he talks about growing with you, he's acknowledging that both of you are works in progress. He's saying that he wants to be part of your evolution and he wants you to be part of his. He sees the relationship not as a destination, but as a path of continuous development and discovery. This growth mindset shows up in how he approaches challenges in the relationship. Instead of seeing problems as threats to your connection, he sees them as opportunities to learn more about each other and to develop stronger bonds. When conflicts arise, he's not looking for ways to win or to prove he's right. He's looking for ways to understand you better and to find solutions that help both of you grow. He's interested in your goals and dreams not just because he loves you, but because he wants to be part of helping you achieve them. He might offer support, encouragement, resources, or simply a listening ear as you work toward what matters to you. At the same time, he shares his own aspirations with you because he values your input and wants your involvement in his journey. The beauty of growing together is that it creates a relationship that stays fresh and exciting over time. Instead of becoming boring or predictable, you're constantly discovering new things about each other. You're both becoming more interesting, more capable, and more fulfilled individuals, which makes you better partners to each other. This growth isn't always comfortable. Sometimes it requires challenging each other, pushing each other out of comfort zones, and supporting each other through difficult changes. But when both people are committed to growth, these challenges become opportunities for deeper intimacy and stronger connection. The seventh and perhaps most powerful thing a man will say when he deeply loves you is, I'm grateful for you. Gratitude is the highest form of recognition. It's the acknowledgement that something precious has been given to you, something that didn't have to happen but did, and something that has made your life immeasurably better. When a man expresses genuine gratitude for you, he's not just thankful for what you do for him. He's grateful for who you are, for the fact that you exist, and for the miracle that brought you into his life. This gratitude comes from a deep awareness of how different his life would be without you in it. Gratitude also reveals his understanding that your presence in his life is a gift, not a given. He doesn't take you for granted or assume that you'll always be there. He recognizes that you choose to be with him every day, and he appreciates that choice. He doesn't see your love as something he's entitled to, but as something precious that he's been blessed to receive. This appreciation shows up in how he treats you on a daily basis. He doesn't just say he's grateful. He demonstrates it through his actions, his attention, and his affection. He notices the little things you do that make life better. He acknowledges your efforts and contributions. He celebrates your presence in his life regularly, not just on special occasions. The man who is grateful for you also protects what he has with you. He doesn't jeopardize the relationship through careless actions or words. He doesn't flirt with other women or put himself in situations that could hurt you. He understands that what you have together is valuable, and he guards it accordingly. Gratitude creates a positive cycle in relationships. When someone expresses appreciation for you, it makes you feel valued and loved. which naturally makes you want to continue being the person they appreciate. When you feel truly grateful for someone, you treat them better, which makes them feel more loved and appreciated in return. Now, I want you to understand something crucial about these 7 statements. They're not just words. They're not phrases that can be manufactured or faked convincingly over time. These statements come from a place deep within a man's heart that can only be accessed when he's experiencing true love. They're backed up by actions, supported by consistency, and proven through time. You might be wondering how you can tell the difference between someone saying these things because they genuinely feel them and someone saying them because they've learned they're what you want to hear. The difference lies in the context, the consistency, and the accompanying behaviors. When these words are genuine, they're spoken not because the man is trying to get something from you, but because he can't help but express what he's feeling. They come up naturally in conversation, not as scripted declarations. They are consistent with how he treats you when no one else is around, not just performances for an audience. Genuine love also shows itself through sacrifice. A man who deeply loves you will give up things that matter to him when necessary for your well-being or for the health of the relationship. He'll choose you over his ego, over his convenience, over his immediate desires, when the situation calls for it. The timeline matters too. Real love develops over time as someone gets to know you deeply. If someone is saying all these things after knowing you for a very short time, that's likely infatuation or manipulation, not genuine love. Deep love requires deep knowledge, and deep knowledge takes time to develop. I also want to address something important, your role in recognizing and receiving this kind of love. Sometimes we're so accustomed to settling for less, so used to being treated poorly, or so damaged by past experiences that we don't recognize genuine love when it appears. We might be suspicious of kind words, doubtful of sincere expressions, or afraid to believe that we deserve this level of love. If you've been hurt before, it's natural to have walls up. It's natural to be cautious. But I want you to consider that your past experiences, as painful as they might have been, have prepared you to appreciate real love when it comes. You now know the difference between empty words and meaningful ones. You can distinguish between someone who wants to use you and someone who wants to love you. The key is learning to trust your instincts while also being open to the possibility that not everyone is like those who hurt you before. Some people are different. Some people are capable of the kind of love that transforms lives. Some people will say these 7 things to you and mean every word. But you also have to be the kind of person who can receive this love. You have to believe that you're worthy of being seen, chosen, celebrated, trusted, needed, grown with, and appreciated. If you don't believe you deserve these things, you might push away the very love you've been longing for. Working on yourself, healing from past wounds, and developing a healthy sense of self-worth isn't just about becoming more attractive to others. It's about becoming capable of recognizing and accepting the love you deserve when it shows up in your life.